right, hey everybody. Hey, I hope everyone's having a wonderful week, wonderful day. So we got some weather moving in, some thunder bumpers starting to knock on our back door here. Today, y'all, I'm down here on the Collins tract again, still working, but I'm doing something a little bit different. I show y'all this sometimes, and I want to talk about, when we finish a job. Now, some of you's been along on some of our videos when we finish a job out, and you know kind of a little bit about what I do. For those of you that haven't been here that long, I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown on what I do when I'm finishing out a job. In other words, all the timber's cut, the logs have been hauled, the job, for the most part, is pretty much done. Yesterday I came down, spent a little bit of time cleaning up, piling tops and whatnot, and I've got some dirt work to do, but y'all, it's been raining. We hadn't been able to get in and do a whole lot, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna walk y'all over here and show you kind of what I've done so far, give you an idea. Now, for those of you that's followed along with us on this job, you know I had to follow a lot of the trees from the timber over here out into the field, okay? Now we've got this big pile of brush up here, y'all, and it's a lot bigger. It's about probably another 75 to 100 yards over to it, so it's big. I stacked it just as high as I could with a skid steer and got the field cleaned up. Now I do got some dirt work right down in here in this little bottom. I loaded out some logs over there and I got stuck and I had to push the truck out with a skid steer. You know, this has been several weeks back when we first started this track. But I bogged down there and kind of made a mess right along in there. But I took the skid steer yesterday with a root rake and I tore it up, as you can see, right in there. I tore that area up with a root rake, went in there and, ripped it up a little bit, because I want to take my bucket and go in there and smooth it back down. And when I'm done doing all the skid steer work, I'm going to come in here and plant some grass. We're going to put some grass back down there in that low spot, and then up here on the deck where we've been stacking our logs. We had some trees that had fell across this brush pile here. They were sticking out here in the field where I'm at right now. And as you can see, where I've took the root rake and come in here and cleaned everything up. Root rake, grapple, whatever you want to call it. And then over here on this hill, I've done the same thing. We took the grapple and got all the limbs up. Like I say, those of you that's been here a little while, you probably remember from the videos what it looked like as far as tops and stuff laying out in the field. And I don't like leaving my jobs in a mess. It's got my name on it. When I leave this job, people for generations are gonna see, this place and what it looks like. And sometimes, y'all, just a little bit of effort on our part as loggers can really make a difference. Today, I'm gonna knock out this fence row right here. It's got a few little shrub trees in it. He wants that gone. We really hadn't made a deal or anything about that. He kind of told me a little bit yesterday that he would like to have that done. And I told him, I didn't tell him I would do it, but I'm going to. Now I've got log roads right down through here. I went ahead and cleaned them up yesterday. I'll take y'all over here where you can see too. These are the log roads that we've been using going in and out of the woods. Here's one right over here behind me. I took the skid steer and went through there and cleaned it out, pushed all the brush out of the road. And I want to take y'all down here, down this road. See this one here, this is one of our main trails that was going back down here to the other side. So I want to walk y'all down there and show you what I've done for him on this. And to me, y'all, stuff like this is just good business. This is how you get repeat business and keep people, willing to use you, And yeah, it's a little bit of extra work, but when I start these jobs, I kind of figure that into my job, and I know I'm kind of going on and on here. I'll try to get us down here and show you what I want to show you as quick as I can. Now, I don't want to go too much further. Okay, so my road stopped right here at these two. See this tree and that one right there? All right, my road stopped right here, okay? And right down in there, there's a bottom down there. Y'all can't tell it because of the camera, but it drops off and goes down it goes in a dip down there, and then it goes up the other side. You can see where I went up through there with skid steer. It had a bunch of treetops laying down there in that bottom, and I wanted Mr. Collins to be able to get through here with his side-by-side. He likes getting out and riding and checking on his farm and whatnot. So I want to get them tops out of there, push them tops back, and I did on this side here. I pushed them tops back over this way and made it where he could get through. So now he can come through, he can go all the way out to the other pasture over there. So that'd be kind of nice. You know, he can come down through here and take his grandkids riding and whatnot. They'll have a good time. Okay, so now I made it back out here to the deck. I'm trying to keep the video moving here so we don't get tied up too long. I've come out here to the deck, just kind of want to show y'all that. It's cleaned up pretty good. I am gonna bring the babies back. Probably, depends on the rain. Right now it's a little bit too wet. But I am gonna bring the babies back with the disc, and we're gonna scatter some grass seed and disc it in. Run a drag behind the disc, and that'll help work our seed in. You know, and get this back in grass so it won't wash or anything like that. But the main project for today is let me turn y'all around here where you can see without getting y'all sick. The main project for today is get this little fence row took out, and then over here on the other side of this head of woods, the field kind of wraps around. Let me get down here where y'all can see how it goes out. Okay, right up there, right there at the tip of them trees, that field goes around and goes over on the other side. And I've got a few tops over there that I need to get out of the field, and I'm gonna take them and push them down there in that bottom and get them out of his way. Things like this, y'all, is just like I said, it's repeat business. You know, you're not worrying about the short term of your business, but you're gaining long-term customers. You know, when this timber needs to be cut in another 15 years, Mr. Collins and his family and his heirs more than likely will give me the first chance to do it. So that's, you know, repeat business. Plus the neighbors around that came down and visited, they see this kind of stuff and they're like, hey, you know, that looks really good. That's a nice timber cutting job. It looks great. So it's good for them to see it. And, you know, we've already gained one more log job. Well, actually, excuse me, I'm sorry. I've gained 2 more log jobs just off of being right here in this area. You know, from the people around us that's seen what's going on. And that's generally a good sign that you're doing a good job. And I'm not bragging on myself, y'all. This is just some of the stuff I've had to learn the hard way. And then in other ways, it's just what I would do if it was mine. You know, I try to treat a person's place like it's my own. So I'm gonna set the camera up here and let's get to knocking down this fence row. Now, y'all, right along in here is where I start walking across this fence row and I stumble upon Mr. Copperhead. You're gonna see my little dance here. And I decided to turn the sound off because not only did I scream like a little girl, but I also said a word I probably shouldn't have said. Now, I don't know how well y'all can see him. Right there. All right, now here I'm gonna pick up this tree and hold the root ball over the hole it come out of, and I'm gonna shake it and get some of the dirt out of the root ball. That'll help it burn better when he decides to burn it. Now this is a pretty good sized cedar tree here, and I can't just mow it over like I did some of the smaller ones. So what I'm gonna have to do is cut the roots on this thing and weaken it a little bit, and then I can get some leverage on it and go ahead and push it on over. Now this whole thing didn't give up very easy, but as y'all can see here, this skid steer is a pretty stout machine. With a little bit of patience and know-how, you can get the job done even on some of these bigger trees. All right, now I'm gonna speed the video up a little bit, and we're gonna go back and just kind of slick this area down where these trees have come out, and it's got a bunch of root holes, you know, and whatnot. So I want to go in there and kind of slick it down, get the trash out, and make it to where we can come back and sow some grass seed on it. And the last part of this equation for today is going to be taking all these trees and brush that's come out of this fence row and carry it over there to our burn pile so it can be burned along with the rest of it and get it out of Mr. Collins' way. And you know, as you can see, y'all, the machine is pretty efficient in what it can do. You know, in less than an hour, I was able to take this fence row out. And you know, I'm just really thankful to be able to have this machine to help me clean my jobs up, make them look better, and keep my landowners happy. All right, y'all, we got this fence row cleaned out. You know, I know today's video ain't super exciting. However, I mean, I can't stop workflow just to create an exciting video for you. And this right here had to be done. This is kind of part of it. And, you know, I wanted y'all to see some of the things I go through, you know, with my business and what I do. You know, now you've seen pushing some of this stuff down this hill, because we've already been piling stuff down here anyway. As a matter of fact, Mr. Collins started that pile before I ever got here. We went ahead and done that. But we got this fence row cleaned out for him like he wanted. Hopefully it's like he wanted anyway. And I've got a line leaking on the skid steer, so I'm gonna have to do a little maintenance on it. I noticed it whenever I was carrying them trees over there, putting them on the big burn pile. And, you know, he'll let this thing dry out for probably close to a year and then come down here and burn it. And it'll clean it up real nice. I don't know how well y'all can see it over there, but pretty good little pile. I've got some more work over here on the other side to do. It's nothing really exciting, to be honest with you. It's just I've got to cut up a few tops. Some tops are long, and I've got to cut them up a little with the saw, and then I'm going to take the skid steer and push them down in the bottom. I've got another pile over there started that's kind of down in the bottom, and I'll take them tops and push them down in that hole. But you know, this kind of stuff here is taking care of the land and taking care of the landowners, you know, putting my signature on this job. And you know, not only do I want the landowners to be happy, but I want to be happy inside of myself, knowing that I did the best I could do. Is this the best job that could be done? Probably not. You know, there's somebody out there that could have done better than I could. I'm not the best timber cutter, and I'm not the best logger, and I'm not the best mule man, but I do try. And, you know, I want to leave my jobs in good shape, so whenever we're gone and somebody comes back behind us, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, it looks pretty good. At least that's what we're after anyway. But look, thank y'all for hanging out again. Going to try to keep posting on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Hopefully at 1 o'clock. So y'all kind of be looking out for the videos. I've got to exercise the babies here in the next couple days, get them out, start exercising them. I got to finish cleaning up down here. Then I got to get equipment loaded up and moved over to the next job so we can keep rolling. I am in the process of looking for another truck, so I got that going on too. I'll try to bring you along for what I can. I can't take you everywhere I go and do everything I do, but I'll try to bring you along for what I can. But look, thank y'all for being here. If you like this video, hit that like button for us. And if you enjoy what our channel's about and what I'm doing, hey, subscribe for me and you'll get notifications when the new videos come out. And I'd appreciate it to push our channel further down the road. Y'all take care of yourself. As always, I'm gonna put my email up here on the screen. If you need me, holler at me. Be glad to talk to you. And as always, I'm gonna be praying for you, each and every one of you. If you're hearing my voice, I'm praying for you, I promise. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.